Okay, well, we're going to run out of time, so I'm going to get started with this. All right, so if you've been able to join us in the Nearpod, that's awesome. If you have not been able to join us in the Nearpod, I am going to work with you and show it to you as it is. I'm going to turn off the music so that we can hear better. And we're going to get started on an artist named Keith Haring. But you know what? I am going to make a note in our Google Classroom right now. Just double check, make sure people aren't emailing me or saying anything in here. Yes, just a moment. See, there's people contacting. Yay, see, there's Hemasoria. We're slowly getting more people in. All right. So, Keith Haring. Unfortunately, Nearpod kind of squished my picture there, so it looks a little weird, I know. Let's see, I need to find my screen. Why does my computer keep eating Windows? All right, here we are. So we're going to be working with Keith Haring today. Who is Keith Haring? Keith Haring was born in 1958 in Pennsylvania. He's the oldest of 4 siblings, his 3 little sisters. His dad was an artist, and so Keith became interested in being an artist or interested in art when he was very young. He experimented with a lot of different styles, but he says it wasn't until he moved into New York City in 1978 that he really found the kind of style that he liked. You can see there's 2 examples of it down here on the bottom. Keith Haring is known for starting his artwork on the subway. We here in Atlanta don't have a very extensive subway system, so we might not be able to relate to some of this. But in the New York subway system, they have ads up on the walls, and we have ads in Atlanta, so I'm not saying we don't. But they would have ads, and when they were changing them, somebody would come through and they would just paint the whole thing black. And then after the paint was dry, like the next day or something like that, they would put a new ad up. But what Keith Haring did was he would go through with chalk and he would draw on the black panels. Now, that is graffiti, and he was arrested a few times for this. So I'm not suggesting that we go out and draw on walls, but it did get him noticed. And as you can see on this picture on the far right, on one of those jumbotrons up in New York City's Times Square, his artwork was displayed. This is when he started to get really popular. He started getting hired by places, and people started to notice his artwork. And he would do these really big murals, like he did really big things. He was known for painting on the walls. And like you can see on the picture on the left, he would paint it first, and then they would have lots of volunteers come in, and they would fill it in with different colors. He also really liked working for children's foundations, and he would work for children's hospitals and charities and things like that. So there's a lot of places that have some Keith Haring artwork that are charities. But as he became more famous, his artwork became more expensive and more people tried to buy it. And he didn't particularly like that. He wanted his artwork to be for everybody. He didn't want only the rich people out there to be able to afford his artwork. He wanted everybody to be able to. So he created something called the Pop Shop. And that is what is in the middle. Well, you can see him standing kind of with a pillar next to him. And yes, he went and he painted on all of the walls. So that's all him painting all around. And in the Pop Shop, you were able to buy things. You were able to buy his artwork just cheaply. Like there's the bag, there's all those buttons. You can see there's some t-shirts on the back. And a lot of his stuff even went into, well, back to charities, like for kids. Even IKEA a few years ago got into the whole Keith Haring thing, or kind of celebrated an anniversary of his. And there were stickers you can buy. There's a picture that you could frame up there at the top. And there's those little coat hangers that are the tails of dogs that they sold. So let's talk for a moment about his artwork itself. If you could unmute yourself and tell me something you notice about his people. Go ahead, Talia. You should be able to unmute.
I noticed that they sort of like stick people.
They are. They're very much like stick people. Anybody else notice anything about his artwork? Or his people in particular, I'm talking about. All right, Miriam, you can unmute. Go for it.
Everybody is like kind of almost dancing.
Yes, there's a lot of action to it. And it looks like they're, well, having fun to some degree. Anybody else want to say anything about their people? What you got, Iman?
I noticed that it's like very simple, but it has a big meaning, I guess you could say.
No, I like that. And I think you're right on that. His artwork looks very simple at first, but then when you look again at it, you notice there's probably a little bit more to it. So let's take the next slide and let's look at the color that you see. Now, we started off with black and white because I wanted to make it easy for you. But then a lot of his artwork was also in color. And I'll show you that page too, but we'll go back to the other one. What's something anybody notices about the colors? I got Talia's got her hand up. Anybody else? You can unmute. You guys can't just talk to me. It's okay.
Oh, they're very vibrant colors.
They are.
They're very vibrant and like not as like each person is like a different color.
Mm-hmm. That also speaks to the people that he drew. What's up, Kingston? You can unmute yourself.
And it looks like they're friends.
It does. In fact, the one down here in the bottom where it looks like they're hugging, that's called, the name of that one is Friendship. And the one at the top where there's more people, it's called The Dance. The one where they're sitting on the heart's not called anything in particular, but so he used very bright colors when he was not doing something in black and white. And the last thing I want us to talk about is action. Let's see, I think Talia said they look like they're dancing, or somebody said it looks like they're dancing and they're moving. What is the clue that they are moving? There's a visual clue that he has in all of his artwork that shows you. Iman, what you think?
The lines that are next to him.
Perfect. He's got little thing called action lines. You see those in comic books and on cartoons a lot too. It's like when it looks like someone's jumping or moving, they've got these little action lines next to them. So for our project, you are going to be creating a Keith Haring inspired picture. I wanted to show you this little last one right here because even though he did normally do people without faces, there is occasionally artwork where he did do faces. But why do you guys think that he mostly did artwork without people's faces in it? Anybody want to pop out an idea? You can unmute yourself and just go ahead and say something.
To make it more simple.
Okay, it does make it more simple. I would agree on that. I think he may also done it so that anybody could see themselves there. You could not pretend, but you can kind of think that it's anybody, not just one person. All right, so that is the presentation. I'm going to see if I can close this window, and I'm going to stop sharing. No, I'm going to do a new share, and I'm going to show you my document camera. And
I have a question about Keith Haring. Can I ask it? Does he still draw to this day?
I will tell you a little bit more about him, but no, unfortunately, Keith Haring did pass away. He got very sick in 1990, and he was unable to recover from it. So he's.
Oh.
I know. But I know he's still something that people see. His artwork is still out there. A lot of people still like to use it, and they a lot of people recognize him still. So I wanted to show you guys about this. All right, so thumbs up if you can see my sketchbook on the page. All right, so Talia can, good. Iman can, good. I'm gonna guess everybody else is able to. So I want this project to be done on a piece of paper. This is not going to be done in a computer. Now, I'm going to let this focus for a moment, see if it can zoom in.
Miss Franz,
That looks better. Yes.
the thing is, yesterday I kind of hurt my finger on my right hand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, look, you can get your brothers or sisters to help you with this project too.
Oh, they're in classes.
Well, you don't have to do it right now. This isn't due right now. I'm just showing you guys how you can do it. And also, Miriam, I guess if it really does help you do it on a computer, you can try it. It might not be easy, but no, don't worry about it. You
How
can
are we going to show you the picture?
Huh?
How are we going to show you the picture if it's on paper?
I'll do that once I'm done with all this. I'd actually recorded a separate video on how to take pictures and put them up. So when you are coming up with your Keith Haring inspired person, I gotta check the time. Okay, good. Well, it's not too late. First, you want to start with a head. That's pretty simple. Then work on what you want for their body. And I'm going to put feet and feet. And then I'm going to put arms and kind of make it look like my person is doing a weird dance, like, ooh, yeah. So once I've gotten just the stick figure done, I'm going to come back through and I'm going to give his body an outline. So I'm just drawing a few more lines around, and this makes his body thicker. Come back up. Now, I don't care what kind of art supplies you use. If you use crayons, you can use crayons. If you want to use markers, you can use markers. If you want to paint these guys, you can paint these guys. But once you've drawn them, you're going to need to take something, a kind of crayon, a color pencil, markers, paint if you have it and you want to use it, and you are going to color in the body and the head with a black coloring supply. Again, doesn't matter what it is. And once you've colored,
It has to be black.
it does need to start off black. That's most of his, we're going to start with that, but that's not the only color we're going to use. So now that I've got him drawn, I'm going to, since I don't like that little star right there, I'm going to erase that line. Yay, pencils. And we're going to talk about those action lines. So since it's going to look like he's dancing, I'm going to do 1 line, 2 line, 3 lines up here at the top. I can put some down here next to his feet. I can even put some next to his head to kind of make it look like he's talking to us or something. It's probably a good idea to draw a ground somewhere around him. And this is when you can take another color or another coloring supply, and you are going to add one more outline around him. And I keep saying him, but if you want to make it a girl, you can put them in a dress, whatever you'd like. And I'm going to do one more outline around him. Remember, we try to do bright colors since that's the kind of thing he would do.
So this can be any bright color?
Yeah. I just reached over and grabbed this green one first. So that is just the beginning of it. This is my finished one that I did the other day for it. I don't want to sit here and color the whole thing for you. That'll take too long. So you're going to work on doing a Keith Haring inspired poster with people in it. Now, if you want to, when you're done, you can also add words to it. We didn't see too many words in his, but they are there sometimes. So if you want to add extra things to it, you can. I am going to go back to sharing this, maybe. Yes, I'm going to move that. Thumbs up if you can see my Nearpod. Awesome. So we talked about how he had passed. We don't have to worry about that page. And these are the 4 easy to follow steps on how to draw. Does it say I'm paused? I'm going to resume. There we go. So these are the 4 easy to draw steps for how to do a Keith Haring inspired person. And that is what I've got for you today. So work on a Keith Haring person, not people. If you are ready to go, if you have no questions, you can stay. I mean, you are. Yeah. All right. If you are, if you can't, I've lost my train of thought. If you are done, if you understand what to do, you're welcome to go. I'm going to have to close the meeting in about 3 minutes so you guys aren't late for your next one. But you're welcome to stay, hang out for another few minutes. But
How will we give you our picture?
if you join the Google class, there is an assignment up there where you will be able to turn yours in. And I will put up a link to the video that I took for this. And I will put up another link on how to take pictures of your actual picture. So if you don't know how to, it will be fine. Hello and welcome to the meeting. Unfortunately, we are out of time, but that's okay because I will post this video on your Google Classroom.
Can I ask one more quick question?
No, not at all. Yes, Talia, what do you need?
Do we have to do the black, or can we do like how he does the neon colors, just neon?
You can do that.
We can?
It's
Okay.
easier for some people to start with the black, but if you want to start with the neon colors, you can start with the neon color.
That's what I'm going to do.
Okay,
Thank you.
not a problem. All right, guys, I'm going to give you about 2 more minutes. I am going to have to close the meeting again so that we don't take up too much of your time. But it has been very nice seeing all of you. Come on, window. I need you to move. There we go. All right. I will see you later. Bye.